So we're on page 103 in Math for Trades, and you should have a page that looks like that. So we're going to continue. I kind of debated on whether to go into this lesson or not, but these doggone proportions are so important in real life stuff that I want to make sure that you understand it. And remember when we showed the different ratios or the proportions, we did things like this in the last lesson. So we're just going to continue on with that. So nothing really new. And they're going to use the manufacturing process again, sampling and quality control in order to do this. And I'm going to show you a couple other ways to use these proportions here in a bit. So we got the Alpha Corporation. Well, let's start at the beginning. Manufacturers frequently monitor the quality of their products by checking a random sample. So, for example, we have this company that in 1 month makes 5,000 toasters. All right. So what happens is a quality control guy can't check all 5,000 of those, but he may choose 200 to check. And when he does that, he found in this example, 6 of them are bad. So 6 out of the 200 are bad. So the question is, how many of these 5,000 are going to be bad? And that's where it comes into using our proportions. So we've got 6 bad out of 200 that we checked. Okay? Or you can reduce that to 3 over 100. Doesn't really matter. Let's just leave it 6 over 200. We have, let's move this up a little bit. So let's go ahead and write this. So we have 6 out of 200. So 6 bad out of 200 total. And that is going to equal, and our proportion here, if you remember doing this, the total that are being manufactured. So the ending will always be the same, the unit that we use. So we have total down here. So that means this number down here also has to be a total. So 2 different totals. This is the number of totals we checked. This is the total number that we manufactured. This is how many were bad out of the 200. This is how many were bad out of the 5,000. We don't know, but that's what we're trying to figure out. So we're going to multiply 200 times n, and that's going to equal the 6 bad times 5,000. So 200, we don't need to put a multiplication sign when we have a letter and a number. We just write it as 200n. 6 times 5,000 is 30,000. Now we divide this side by 200 and just make that go away. That's just a real simple, easy way to do it without having to understand it all. Then we take that 30,000 and we divide it by 200, and we get for an answer that 150 are bad. So 150 out of this 5,000 that we make are going to be bad toasters. So another way to use proportions. Let's say that you are making $18 an hour at a job per hour, or we can write that as $18 per hour, per 1 hour. Okay? And you want to know how much you're going to make in the amount of time that you've been given this week. So let's say that on your schedule they gave you 23 hours. Now notice that I have put hour and hour on the bottom. That's always going to be the case. These have to match. And the dollars are going to be on top. So N, we don't know how much money you're going to make, but we can write it as a proportion. Then we multiply 18 times 23, and that equals 1n. So we take 18 times 23, and we get 414, and that equals 1N, and we don't even need to show that one. So that's how much money you're going to make in that time period of 23 hours. So on page number 104, the practice exercises, they give you a table there, and they give you all the information so that you can write a proportion similar to this. They give you the number in the sample, the number of defective, the total number produced, and the total defective. So let me just do number one for you real quick. So we've got 100 that are being sampled, and out of that 100, there are 200 bad ones. So if it helps, go ahead and write, ooh, that's bad. Bad, and this is the sample. So that's the total down here. So let me change that and write total. That's a total number that some guy took off the manufacturing line and table and sampled. I do not know why I wrote table. Sample. So that's the total sample. So I'm going to make an equal sign, draw another line, and I'm also going to put total down here. So the complete total manufactured, the total number produced, is 3,000. And we're looking for that number up there, total number of defective. So bad ones here, bad ones there. Total here, total here. Cross multiply is what that's called. 2 times 3,000 is 6,000. And that equals 100 times n. Take that 100 and put down here, cross it off there, and we end up with 60 bad ones out of the 3,000 that we have total. So that's it. Go ahead and do 1 through 10 on page 104.